ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is a fireside chat on a topic of great significance and relevance: advancing growth in Tamil Nadu through technology and investment in its digital ecosystem. So, as you people know, Tamil Nadu is known for its rich entrepreneurial tradition and dynamic economy, stands at the forefront of India's digital transformation. And this discussion will explore how technology and strategic investments are pivotal in driving economic growth and innovation across the state. So, please join me in welcoming our esteemed speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all give it up for Mrs. Vanitha Venugopal, the Chief Executive Officer at Tamil Nadu Technology Hub ITNT. Welcome, ma'am. We are extremely happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. And ladies and gentlemen, this session will be moderated by Mr. Joseph Abraham, who is the Chief Business Officer of Xerago. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. The stage is all yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be here and nice to see all of you here. So this morning, I'm going to be your host. I'm honored to be your host. And the fireside chat that we're going to have today is about how does investments and digital, right? How is this growing and how will it grow, right? In this particular region, right? And that's pretty much the overarching theme that we're going to be discussing about. And if you are from Tamil Nadu, you also already understand that we historically have been traders, right? And there are a lot of interesting things that make Tamil Nadu a very strategic point, and it has grown over the years. And today we are at the cusp of what the new age brings to us, right? And this is largely going to be the discussion. And we're going to touch upon different points. And I want to quickly, welcome Vanitha here. And she has been somebody who's coming from the technology background. I don't know if you know about this, but she's been with Dell, she's been with Sun Microsystems. I mean, if you remember.
Guys, you can look it up on my LinkedIn.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's get to the meat of it.
Great. So very quickly, Vanitha, the thing that I wanted to ask you in the beginning, right in the beginning, is that today we're moving into this whole age of AI, and there are different things that are happening in the whole ecosystem, right? So how is Tamil Nadu embracing this whole new, technology or emerging technology, so to speak, right? Because we've been traditionally been a manufacturing hub, and we are foraying into something completely new, which is, again, of course, you can bracket it under Industry 4.0 or so. But what is Tamil Nadu specifically doing in terms of AI and emerging technologies?
Before I answer that, first and foremost, I'm super impressed with this hall. I actually asked the organizer, "Kalangathala 10 mani kooptirukeengle varuvangala makkal, otherwise should I come later in the afternoon?" They said, "No madam, our team is very good, it's going to be a packed." So first and foremost, Kale Vanakkam, and thank you very much for coming and taking your time to listen to us chat. I really appreciate that. So just a quick one line before we get into the answer is, yes, I come from a technology background. I was one of those brain drains of India who left Chennai a long time ago. I'm from Anna University, alma mater there. Went abroad, and then, it's like, home calls you back, and I'm very fortunate and happy that I made the decision like 5 to 6 years ago, and we moved back to Chennai as a family, and we call Chennai home. And very interestingly, 3 years ago, I got into working with the government. Never in my deadliest dreams, they call it, I would have thought that I would work with the government and actually enjoy working and giving back to it. So I have a good story to tell, and another time. But since we have only 20 minutes, let me answer what Joseph was asking. So what is Tamil Nadu government doing about, I guess you talked about emerging technology and AI, correct? So emerging technology, as everybody knows, is like an ocean. A lot of things fits into technology. If you create an app and it uses one of the AI things, it becomes emerging technology. I am the CEO of the Deep Tech and Emerging Tech of Tamil Nadu. Adalende theriyidu vandu that Tamil Nadu has, as a government, putting in policies together. The AI mission policy, which was announced last year that it will be done, is being actually led by my sister organization, that is e-governance agency, and it is going to be announced very soon, which is in lines with the national AI policy. As you know that, they want to set up a huge AI center, and ITNT, which is the Tamil Nadu Technology Fetch, which I lead, is partnering, as well as another sister concern of mine, which is the ICT Academy for skilling. It's just not about setting up high-speed computing and giving access to the startups to use it, as well as try to look into government-related problems that we can solve or better enhance within the ecosystem. Another பெரிய point என்னன்னா, how do you skill the manpower to use the AI technologies which are coming and burgeoning in the right way? Putting in the right regulations and rules has been the most challenging thing, I would say. So is our state positioning itself to ride the way of AI? Absolutely yes. And are there measures taken? Absolutely yes. As I said, the AI mission policy is going to be released soon. And are we also putting skilling into the ecosystem so that நம்மளோட government colleges, நான் முதல்வன்ற ஒரு program எல்லாரும் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், which is CM's flagship program. Fortunately, I was the chief strategic officer for that, creating the blueprint. Adile pathina 2 years munadiye the vision of the government was already that we should bring this in the next 2 years. Our talent pool should be ready when these technologies come and actually we start using them. So the 2 years munadiye yosiche AI ML la vandu pathina working with global partners like Google or IBM oda sethu students already curriculathla panna aarambichitaanga. So the government is super serious, guys, to make this happen. And I think all these organizations like you would be part of that growth and the ecosystem, I think.
Great. So in line with what you just shared in terms of e-governance and this whole e-survey portal, so there are about more than 10 million transactions that happen annually, right? So what was the genesis and the idea behind it, and how does this really help, in terms of bringing this whole angle of social equity and technology meshing together?
See, I think it all started off 5 to 6 years ago when there was discussion about how do we do a digitalization, right? So digital transformation was something that I think started taking place in the US few years ago. And, we are catching up with the West, but, there is a lag always. I think let's be honest about the fact that or a few years down the line, it kind of tickles down to our ecosystem, just not Tamil Nadu, overall in India also. So digital transformation regard pani, actually November 1st last year, there was a digital transformation strategy that Tamil Nadu had put together, and it was released. Adoda pathina, it was based on 3 very key important pillars. Like as you said, there are so many million users. Why are we moving towards everything should be on e-files? Why are we trying to go paperless? So these are the initiatives, like 3 main pillars pathina. One thing was that they should be connected citizens. How do we, using digitalization within the government, how can we make sure the citizens across Tamil Nadu are connected? Other thing is digital economy. He talked about that. Number one, the digitalization pannitom, and we give access to, by doing internet connectivity in the tier 2, tier 3 cities, by doing, Wi-Fi, as well as other things like, mobile connectivity. Idella kuduttona, it becomes easier for the, the tier 2, tier 3 cities la irukra makkal, because internet or the data access should be given to everyone in Tamil Nadu. Then only we can see a economic growth that we are looking at. The $1 trillion economy by 2030 is our CM's dream. So to achieve that, we need to do all these things. Moonadithu pathina transformed services. If for example, I'm sure a lot of people would have, we are all at the age group where we have to go and renew our licenses. Don't you agree? 10 years ago, how it was and how it is today, That is part of the small digital transformation. This is how it is affecting the common man. So US they say, oh, common man ku vandu nariya vandu facilities irukku, we don't have to stand on the bank queues. Don't you think what we had have seen it like 10-15 years ago and how it is today, there is an improvement, right? It's a baby step towards that progress. But definitely digital transformation is there, and people are realizing it at the common man level. Like a farmer from someone should say, enoda inda app AI app irukla adla vandu enakku pest control ku photo eduthu amcha, I'm able to see that this is the pest that is there, so I'm able to go. That is what is called as trickling down of digital transformation to the grassroots levels. Adukku vandu all agencies and lot of things are working towards this. Can we do better? Absolutely. But are we at least in the right path? I think absolutely we are in the right path for that.
Great. So Tamil Nadu also has this very interesting stats around internet penetration, right?
Yeah.
So in line with the same, since you lead the ITNT hub, what are some of the most innovative projects that you're excited about at this given point of time?
Okay, so I know, I think you just nailed it. Like there are around 55% penetration is there in Tamil Nadu. I think that is a great number compared to other states in India. Can we do better? Absolutely. And there are a lot of, plans in place within the IT department. See, I report into the IT ministry. So under the IT department, there are a lot of plans to do that. From ITNT Hub, since you specifically asked, is there projects and stuff which we are excited about? Yes. There are some really cool startups who I work with currently, who are doing some really cool stuff on like sustainability and space tech. Okay, so again, if I start naming them, it will become as if I'm advertising them. So I cannot give the names, but I can tell you specifically the sectors. One is space tech. So there are few people, and then I have in my own hub people who are working on medtech and very transformative products. We actually did 7 product launches in You Imagine, which just happened in February, which is IT's signature yearly event that happens. And we were very amazed to see that, and we are trying to connect them now to our own government departments. We are also trying to connect them to other ecosystem players. We took them for like, when we went to Australia in December of last year, we actually took some of these startups as a delegation there. So it is not to just show off that we took those startups which we felt was, which we were proud of, to show off that, hey, you know what, even though these deep tech startups are not from IITM Research Park or something, which is again, I think is a role model that we should all look at. I think they've done a fabulous job of creating an ecosystem of deep tech startups. But I think eventually Tamil Nadu Technology Hub was set in place to kind of at least start democratizing that kind of thing. So ஒரு 2-3 இல்ல ஒரு 5-6 startups are with me in our hub itself, was doing some really breakthrough technology. Yes, they need support. I'll tell you what my startups are looking up. They are not looking for a space. I've given them space. They're looking for mentorship. So they're looking for people. For example, if one of the startup is working on 5G. So we just recently met a gentleman who came all the way from US and say, I've been working, not US, Nokia by the way, Finland. And he said, I've been a doctorate in Finland, Tamilian from Chennai, went back. He said, can I be a mentor even though I'm in Nokia? I'm sitting in Finland. Can we work out some hours? I'll be able to help. This is what I'm looking from our community to come and support us. Please become mentors of our startups. They're looking for subject matter experts. The second thing they're looking out is, of course, investment. As you know, deep tech investment ஒரு 3 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி தான், ஒரு 2 to 5 yearsல தான் வந்து இந்தியால வந்து they are starting to look, because the pockets have to be deep and it takes a long time for an innovation from research to come out to become a product to commercialize that. So investors should be ready to do that. We are happy to say that we are around 30 to 40 investors in our network, and TNFMC, which is Tamil Nadu Infrastructure Fund, is our investment partner. So that way government is again telling us, yeah, we will partner with you, make sure you foster the right innovation within Tamil Nadu. The third thing the startup is looking is market access. So can we sell into the government their products? Can we sell into another state? Can we take it global? So these are the 3 things where a startup actually is looking for the real help. They are not looking for labs, because there are so many labs that we can get them access to. We can tell them to go and work out of IT Madras. Anna University has a lot of good labs. We also have labs within our ecosystem. But these are the main 3 gaps that most of the startup in deep tech space as well as emerging tech are asking us, Joseph.
Got it. So in if you look at Canada and if you look at Montreal, which is, supposedly,
Yeah.
one of the biggest hubs for AI, right? And the reason behind that would be the computing power, right? And the public data available. So what is the government doing to help, provide that computing power or, the data so that they can train the models and be able to come up with better products?
I think it's a fantastic question. I think, as I said, in the AI mission policy, first and foremost, when they did the digital Tamil Nadu digital strategy last year, it was mentioned that government will be working on the AI policy, which will house supercomputers. ITNT Hub has been, kind of been mandated to create a smaller version of that I think if you really look at entry-level startups, where they are from trail 0 to 5 is what we can support. But from data set perspective, many of the government departments, including health, including forest, because these are the areas where the startups had come and asked us, can we get us data? So once we have an NDA signed and we are able to give them synthetic data of the same, data sets, I think there is government is opening up their data sets to be used by these startups for running their algorithms, etc. like that. So the first step is to make sure we have our high-speed data center set up. So we are in talks with AWS as well others, whether we can use cloud, it has to be, or it should be part of the SDC. Those are the minute nuances that have been discussed, but we will have our own. We already work with National Pratham Computing, etc., where they said that we are more than happy, they are more than happy to open up their cloud space for our startups. But Tamil Naduliyum வந்து ரொம்ப சீக்கிரம் வந்து high speed computing வந்துரும்.
Great. So you've been very closely working with Naan Mudalvan, right?
Used to, yes.
Used to, right? So, and education has always been at the heart of all the policymakers in Tamil Nadu. And over 10,000 schools right now, have smart education, within their ecosystem. This should probably bring a massive thrust. So can you just talk a little bit about what's going to happen in the future because of all this already being put in the foundational layer?
See, I don't have that golden globe to look at and say
Right.
what is happening in the future, but I can talk about what has happened, what steps have been taken in the past so that we are aligned to the futuristic goal, how the whole world economy is shaped.
Right.
So there are two things to education. One is high school education. India la pathina we are talking about school education, and then it is college education, which is once you finish your 12th grade, what happens? The program Naan Mudalvan was initially conceptualized for higher education students, as in like college students. Engineering, arts and science, if a polytechnic, they have taken into this. Currently around, I think, last time I saw was around, when I was there, till 17 lakh students were trained. So I left like last year. But now I think it's gone up to 27 lakhs. How this number is coming is, they started, there was only 2 formulas for it, very good formulas. Of course, it was a top-down approach. When I mean by that is, this thrust came right from the CM's office. Like, we should go and make sure our students are skilled in the right technologies, that the industry gaps are filled. As simple as that. If I have to summarize the whole Naan Mudalvan program in one line, இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு என்ன தேவையோ அந்த கோர்சஸை மட்டும் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு கொடுத்து படிக்க வச்சா they will be ready to be able to cater to the industry's needs, right? So that is it. அதை வந்து அச்சீவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2 important things were taken into account. One was giving something called micro credits. Micro credits na, if you are in a curriculum, நீங்க engineering join பண்ணிட்டீங்க or arts and science join பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா, it becomes part of your CGPA or scores to graduate from that degree. Let's say you are a mechanical engineering student, and for you to graduate, let's say you need 45 credits or 60 credits. Naan Mudalvan வந்து every year பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2 credits is embedded into their curriculum, so that they have to take these to graduate to become a mechanical engineer after 4 years. Similarly, same thing for polytechnic as well as arts and science. இது வந்து one micro credentials. So it is not like a value added course or nice to have course. It is must. But the second most important thing was what we do call it as a cafeteria approach. Again, it was not like a brain surgery or my idea. This is how it is done. I went to US for my higher education as well as my MBA. Angala pathingena, you are, even though you're a mechanical engineer, you can go and take courses in the computer science. You can take courses in electronics. You can even do music. Okay, that's a stretch. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to confine yourself to only smart manufacturing or, you know, to do automobile, or you have to do aeronautical because you are a mechanical engineer. So, or, you know, mechanics of machines or whatever, right? So that approach was given to students, where even though you're a mechanical engineering student, you will be given one thing specific to your engineering, which is mechanical, but also you will be given choices in other fields like computer science or electronics, because that might be the interest of the student, or that might be the need of the industry. Like if you go to Hyundai today, or if you go to Rolls-Royce, they are not looking at, you know, mechanical engineers doing just manufacturing work. They're looking at them trying to understand the data, how the data analytics plays into it. So it becomes a very important thing to have this 360, you know, well-rounded approach. Like I think nowadays a lot of people might be parents here. International schools has become a big buzz in Chennai, right? Like, oh, it is a well-rounded approach. எல்லாமே கத்து கொடுக்குறாங்க 360. It's not only about education. They have to be well-rounded. They should know music, they should dance, they should, I don't know, do zillion things, swim, fly, I don't know, lot of things. But let's just take a step up and say, then what happens when you are like a 20-year-old and you're going out? You know, we keep the students in a very nice controlled environment. At 21, they are thrown out into the industry and they don't understand what is the need. And they feel that they can't step up. Urban students are doing much better, but we saw there was a gap in the rural students. And rural students make up a big percentage of Tamil Nadu's economy. And they are in the right age group. Avangala vande namba eppadi vande tap pandrathu, because brilliance can come from anybody. According to me, English is a language. Just because they don't speak English, the confidence level goes down. This cannot be accepted, because you know what? Your brilliance is there. Tamil pesana enna, English pesana enna, whatever language. Language is a language. Can you come and give your skill sets? So Naan Mudalan program was focused on making sure that the skill set of the students were enhanced. So that is for the higher education. School education la pathina, Atal Tinkering Labs has been set up in many of the government schools. Again, this rural students I'm talking about who are getting into good colleges are coming from government school, most of them. How many private schools are there, right? Most of the students are coming from government school. So what can we do from the government perspective? So school education, high school education, we are giving them the right, you know, opportunities, because it could be, they can become entrepreneurs by the time they come. They understand what it is. Also, their STEM education becomes really, really good. And then when they come to engineering, they already are, you know, our confidence boost is already there, plus their knowledge is also there, and they are able to do much better. As statistically we have seen, the placement numbers have gone up. Everything has been gone up in the last 2 years. Can we, of course, can we do it better? Of course, there's always place for improvement. But school education and higher education are working very closely together to support these initiatives. As far as I have seen it closely, and we have seen great improvements also in the student thing. Yes.
Got it. So I'm going to lead with my last question, which is, there's always this thought that investments specific to tech, specific to startups, right, don't flow into Tamil Nadu as much as it should, right, going by the numbers. So what could be the cause, and what is the government doing to ensure that these investments do flow as it is in the other region?
I don't know about other regions, but I do know a lot of investments flows into a campus which is right, you know, right across the street from me. My office is in Anna University. I hope everybody knows where Gindi Engineering College is. So Tamil Nadu Technology Hub is set up at a 30,000 square feet right in the heart of that, in a C.V. Raman block. And right across is IIT Madras, which is, you know, one of the pioneering institution, and they have IITM Research Park. I think you would have read it on Hindu last week. $500 million, you know, dollars has been poured into IIT, or 500 crores, 500 crores, not million, was poured into IIT Madras by its own alumni network. They were very happy that IIT Madras is doing a good job. Great. I was very thrilled. So then I got in touch with my CG alumni. Please, what are you guys doing about CG? We have a huge network of alumni who are around. Investments coming from outside, if you really look at it, I don't think any other state in India is getting a lot of investment. It is all happening sporadically. But IIT Madras gets a lot of research grants and money from the center, because IIT Madras as an institution, all IITs are set up by the center. I have to be fortunate to tell you that Tamil Nadu Technology Hub, part of is being funded by MITI, which is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and they have promised to give us 14 crores over a period of next 3 years just for this investment and funding. But see, everybody is ready to come and give funding if you show them some meat of the work. It cannot be just, oh, you've been set up as an agency, so we are going to pump in 50 crores. Go, figure it out. It's more like, you give us the plan, you show us that what you have to, actually, and what are the checks and balances put in place that this fund will be actually used very, honorably as well as maturely, then they are able to do it. This is from center. From state line, the Startup TN has been set up and grants were given until few years ago. Now they have done the stand seed 5 and 6. They are also doing small grants up to 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs for early stage startups. 3 years ago, we didn't have 8,000 DPIIT registered startup in Tamil Nadu. So, the numbers are kondu vandu nee vandu or startup, please go and register pannu, and that process took 2 years. Now it comes about maturing them and accelerating our Tamil Nadu startups to the next level. When it comes to deep tech, we have a great acceleration program that we are going to be working with, our ecosystem partners to do it, as well as we have incubation program for researchers to convert their ideas into commercialized product and MVPs. Adukku vandu there are investors who are there, but we have to keep showing that we are progressing in that direction for investors to keep coming to us. Then it will be a pull. Like we have people from Australia coming and saying, we work with Fraunhofer, Germany. These are all the ecosystems in that space. But the thing is, it is happening, but இப்போ ரொம்ப பஸ்ஸோ நாய்ஸோ நாங்கள் கிரியேட் பண்ணல. TAN fund is there, Tamil Nadu government oda fund. TNFMC has been set up with 1,000 crore from. There is a fund in industries department which caters to emerging technology. So funds are all being there, like startups are getting benefited, but we need to have one unicorn coming out of all of that for people to turn and take a look. So, since all of you are anyway morning here and here to come and listen to us, I think keep your fingers crossed and bless that we should have unicorns coming out of our Tamil Nadu startups and hubs. So that will be my one request to the audience here, I would say.
It's nice really having this chat with you, and thank you so much. Please give a round of applause for this lovely chat. And of course, let's all work together because this is not something that just happens in silos. We all have to come together, work together, and make this into a very powerful destination. Like, thank you so much for what you do. I'm pretty sure that all of you do contribute to this ecosystem. So let's give a round of applause for yourself as well. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, thank you.
That was truly an enriching discussion. Thank you so much for all the insights. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, a huge round of applause, please.